there's reports about James Harden, targeting Brooklyn as a potential destination to come via trade. Do you address like your teammates at all about rumors like that? Because I'm sure that's not going to be the only one. Or do you just kind of let that stuff sit and not talk to guys about it?
No, we're all professionals, we just go about our days, come in and go to work and go back home. And whatever happens, guys will be prepared for anything.
Is there anything that you could share with us about that conversation? And then do you relay that James wants to play with the Nets to Sean as soon as you hear something like that?
I don't know where you're making these stories up that me and James talked about any of this at a workout. Like, I don't know where that came from. And James is a friend of mine, but I let the front office handle all of that stuff. I was just so focused on working out. I heard all the noise, and I heard that, James potentially wanted to come to the Nets, but anybody can make up stories. Anybody can write a story, and it gets some traction. So, nothing's ever set in stone till it's set in stone. So I never thought too much about it. I just focused on myself, and my teammates probably did the same thing, and, we just moved forward.
I'm happy as hell to have Big Mark Gasol, who Laker Nation, first of all, know that he was traded on draft day for his older brother.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a Laker.
Do you think Powell's coming out? Do you think Powell's coming back?
We see. We see. Maybe, we'll see.
We'll see.
So, happy to have Mark, another champion.
Yeah. Yep.
Won with the Raptors 2 years ago, who I've always loved.
Yeah.
Mark has my Defensive Player of the Year trophy at his house. But
Joe,
but that's no here nor there.
No, that's not a knock on Mark. But this is the thing, because sometimes we don't pay attention.
I love you, Mark. I can't wait to talk about this. Wesley Matthews, who I've loved to compete against, and his father is a former Laker as well.
Oh, that's dope.
So we got two guys. We got two guys who have family Laker ties.
Yeah.
And then we get Trez.
How Trez it?
Now we got Trez.
How Trez ended up here with the Lakers?
We knocked on it.
So basically, Braun isn't playing till February.
First of all, Trez was the next door neighbor. We knocked on his door and said, "Do you like?"
Yeah, he said he felt like the Clippers didn't like what was going on. How did Trez end up with the Lakers?
We knocked on his door and we landed Trez.
That was honestly like the moment of free agency where everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, including some of his teammates. That they actually put that on social media. It's not like I'm making it up. They said, what? We got Trez, who Sixth Man of the Year award winner, who's going to help our bench, which we struggle with this past year with our bench, and keeping that up. And then
you've got the runner-up.
And then we got the runner-up Sixth Man of the Year award, and Dennis Schroeder.
That was a pickup.
Who I call his nickname. I don't know if you like it or not. We have not had the conversation, but he's Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
Because I love what he brings to the game. His tenacity. He's a dog.
You gotta let him go.
He gets under the skin. He's a Richard Jefferson, Draymond Green type guy where if he's your teammate, you love the out of him. If he's not, you can't stand him.
And now we say hello and welcome in a very familiar name, yet a new face, Marc Gasol. Mark, thank you for taking the time. Welcome to Los Angeles. I know you aren't here just yet, but we do want to say welcome.
Thank you so much.
Can you walk us through what the last few days since free agency began, what has that been like for you? Why the Los Angeles Lakers?
So I've been on the league for 12 years, and this was pretty much my first free agency, and it was quite hectic. But in the whole process, you learn a lot of things about yourself and what you want to prioritize every moment. So it was a kind of long 3 days and long 3 nights, but I enjoyed it a lot, learned a lot through the process, and ended up on a great team on a great franchise, so very happy.
You are well aware, speaking of that franchise, of the family that this organization is. What has been your family, your brother, their reaction to this decision? What a full circle moment for you guys, Mark.
Yes, he was very excited that I chose the Lakers. He was thrilled. So he was excited because he knows how much I like to compete, how much it means to me to win and be part of winning, and the Lakers just offer me that, and that was great.
I think this is an awesome element added to all of this because, as you, I'm sure, have learned by now, you empower the only two brothers to ever play for the Los Angeles Lakers franchise, and that aspect paired with the franchise in which you're creating that history with. Is there a word or a feeling to describe that?
I would say pride and responsibility. So I'll give you two words. I think, you take a lot of pride in everything that we've been able to do as a family. How fortunate we are as well. I feel like, we've been really, really lucky in our careers to be in the position that we're in. But, I still have a lot of goals and a lot of challenges and this in front of me right now. I just can't wait to get there and start working with the team and all the personnel there.
Laker Nation, they have been buzzing, especially lately over social media. They wondered if now that you've signed, will Pau sign? Will we see the both of you together? Are you guys plotting anything? Is there going to be a surprise?
I'm not a very social media guy, but I know Pau loves LA and loves the Lakers. Obviously, he feels like it's his home. I'm sure that he will love to come back. But that's a question for Rob and ownership.
Look, as we know, you've been around this league for quite some time, and so you understand how hard it is to not just win, but win big. You are an NBA champion. In 2019, you won with the Raptors. So you've had to play with a target on your back as you look to defend that title. How much do you relish, Mark, in that process as you guys look and LA looks to repeat that here again?
Well, the mindset of, like I said before, the mindset of everyone it's set on that. It's not, they're not content, they're not satisfied. There's no complacency on them. You could tell that, they're all fired up, even though it's been a quick turnaround for the team. They all very excited and ready to go to work and look at the big picture as well. So, like I said, I'm just very, very excited to be part of all that and get to work soon.
And one thing I know this squad loved when adding you to its team, you're the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. One of your biggest strengths is your IQ on that end of the floor. The vision that starts with Frank Vogel and his staff on that end, the pieces that you guys have now put together, what do you think is a realistic goal for the Lakers on the defensive end this season?
Get a lot of stops, and our offense is going to start with stops. They did it last year a lot when they were at their best. They were getting a lot of stops and creating a lot of easy points on the offensive end because how much they use their length defensively, how much they ran the floor, and all starts with stops and a quick outlet. So I can help with all that and hopefully do a lot more stuff. But we'll see.
One final point. I know you spent a lot of time playing against a guy like LeBron James. To now be on his side, what goes through your mind?
I think it's going to be fun. I think we all have, a very unselfish nature by, just the way our DNA is. I think I love winning. I think, he obviously enjoys that too very much. Playing with AD, someone that's been in my division in the past when I played for Memphis, that has a very unique skill set on both ends of the floor. Being able to play alongside of him and the rest of the guys too. I'm just look forward to play with everyone on the team and being part of that whole group.
Before we let you go, I have to ask, what have you been up to lately? It's such a short off season. As you mentioned, you went through your first free agency experience. How have you been filling that time before you get back to Los Angeles and get after it again?
Mostly being a father. Being away from the kids during that bubble time wasn't the easiest. But being able to take my kids to school every day, pick them up, work out in between that time, and we've been confined here in Spain for the most part as well. So social life, it's been very limited. But our kids are healthy, and that's all I can ask for.
That is all good news. When do you head to LA, if you don't mind?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
I should land in LA tomorrow.